The fight for the economic recovery package intensified on Capitol Hill Tuesday, January 27th, as grassroots organizations called elected officials and demanded urgent action by the House. Representative Chris Van Hollen of Maryland, a member of the House leadership, led a group of activists from labor and business groups in making the case for the bill that is now before the House.
It's pretty clear the economic downturn is a lot deeper and steeper and more painful than many people predicted just a few months ago. And as we put people back to work, we also want to make investments in important infrastructure and long-term investments that will help our economy and allow us to be more competitive in the years ahead, both in terms of our aging infrastructure, roads and bridges, and more money in transit, but also some of the new technologies of the future, green technology, health information technology, broadband access to more parts of the country. And we believe we've assembled a very good package, all told, when you put all of that together.
Anna Berger of the Change to Win Coalition made an impassioned case for the legislation.
Be here, I am incredibly determined to make sure that we take bold action, that we move a big economic recovery program for Main Street, and that we act as quick as possible, because that's what we need to do. As Congressman Van Hollen said, people are literally waking up and losing their jobs, losing their homes, losing their health care, losing the hope that their kids will have a better life than they did. The American dream is slipping away. And we saw the financial meltdown in November, when irresponsible decisions by irresponsible Wall Street magnates, corporate barons, who were making decisions about then that were risky for our whole society, our whole economy, ran to the government for a bailout. The government that they had trashed as being too big, all of a sudden they wanted a $700 billion bailout for them, and in 3 weeks Congress adopted one with no strings attached. We need an Economic Recovery Act for Main Street. We need to put people back to work. Our state governments and our local governments are hemorrhaging. Our school districts are hemorrhaging in their budget deficits. We need to be able to put people back to work. We need to keep them working today. We can't wait 6 months. We need to do it today. And I think that the bold plan of President Obama and the leadership in the House that's put forward is the right plan for America for today. It does in fact put money into the states so that we can keep those state services that are so critical going. It puts money into the local government so that we can keep people who are providing basic services to our communities going. Right now today in Ann Arbor, Michigan, they no longer plow roads if there's not at least 4 inches of new snow on the ground. In New York State, people now who, when they call a hotline to report an abused or neglected child, have to wait at least 30 minutes before their phone is picked up. Across America, people who do basic work that keep us safe and sound are losing their jobs. The money that states need to provide basic medical care to their citizens is slipping away, so people are at risk of losing their health care. We know that we need to invest in our communities. We need to invest in jobs, not just in public sector. We need to invest in jobs in the private sector. We know that our bridges and our roads and our water systems are crumbling beneath their feet, that schools need to be rebuilt. This program puts people to work to do that kind of work that we need to be done. We also need to invest in the new economy, a health system that works for everyone, green energy so that we can be self-sustaining. We can do all of that with bold action, with big action.
Van Hollen defended the mix of spending and tax initiatives in the bill.
I think that if you look at the overall package, businesses are also going to benefit from the spending side. I mean, there's a lot of focus on the tax side. As I said, there are about $275 billion worth of taxes, but you just heard from representatives of a lot of businesses right here. I mean, these are contractors, these are people in the construction business. And most economists will tell you that if you're wanting to try and get $1 into the economic bloodstream of this country right away, you want to put the emphasis on the investment side, because every dollar of that spending goes immediately into the economy and has the multiplier effect. On the tax cut side, those are important too. It puts more money into consumers' pockets. It provides more money for businesses. But not every individual takes every dollar in tax relief and goes out and spends it, especially people at the higher end. So let's not forget the important investment side of this that helps businesses like those who are represented here this morning.
The Campaign for America's Future is a part of a coalition that is calling for bold action to not only address the current recession, but to make a down payment on the public investment needed for our future prosperity. What we're hoping to build toward with that down payment is the subject of our Thinking Big, Thinking Forward conference in Washington on February 11th. which you can learn about on ourfuture.org. But winning the fight in the House and the Senate is the first step, and that first step has to be taken now. We're urging progressives to call 1-866-544-7573 and encourage their senators and representatives to take that step. I'm Isaiah J. Poole for ourfuture.org.